We make decisions based on emotion and then use logic and reason to justify it. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugit, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Today, guys, I want to talk about our decision making, where it comes from. A lot of times I think that we want to believe that we are sensible thinkers, that we don't let emotion get in the way of our decisions, and that we've thought things through before we execute, right? Whether it's impulsive buying or purchases of things, whether it's our choice in partners or our decisions for what we're going to eat that day even, right? So, or how we're going to schedule our day even is another example. But, we're emotional beings, but we're also logical, and we can find reasons to justify just about anything we want in our lives. I mean, how many times have you been in a bad relationship, and, you love the person and you forgive a lot, and that's a good trait to have. When you really love somebody, it becomes unconditional, almost to a fault. And if something goes very sideways for you, it can often, blur your vision. So the old saying, love is blind, right? And, I think it's a matter of just being aware of our wiring, like if we're wired to make decisions based on either impulse or our emotions in the moment, we can better deal with it to make more logical reasons or behind our decisions. So, you think about how days you've been driving or walking through the mall and you smell like a cinnamon roll, or you smell, like fries being cooked or fresh bread. All of a sudden you're hungry. Now, are you physically hungry to where you need nourishment? Or is it more of that seed was planted by the smell that's coming out of that restaurant or that bakery? So it becomes like a craving, and all of a sudden you want it, right? And, the food industry is banking on they can either, get you appetized by, their marketing. So, by the way the food looks, by the colors. A lot of money has been spent over the years in research of human behavior and how human beings respond. So, they've got a leg up on you, or they're a step ahead, at least a step ahead. And so these products are made to seduce you, to entice you. They call it food porn. And, you'll see people that, they'll watch the Food Channel and, like ooh and ah, and you would swear that it's like this, physical pleasure experience that's of a sexual nature by some of their facial expressions and the grunting and whatnot. And the thing is that, food is good. Food tastes good. Food cooked certain ways, certain types of food, it's all good. And we have, few pleasures in this life, things that make you happy. And there's some people that they're foodies, right? By their own admission, they love food. They're gonna, they're always looking for like a really good meal and whatnot. And when you're on your journey to transform your body and do different things, sometimes, you're going to have to keep that in check and see your food as fuel and not have an emotional attachment to it. So if you're using food for, in unhealthy ways as a coping mechanism or a stress reliever, that's where you run into problems with food. Because I know people that have issues with, food addiction and, certain things they just don't feel like they can give up. It's very real to them. Those impulsive cravings or desires where they feel like they have to have it just about. And others that will, they can have, kind of a free meal, so to speak, or it used to be called a cheat day, and they can just move on, and it's like, oh, it's good, but I can have a little bit and move on and not have it for a while again. So I think that we just have to take a step back sometimes, you guys, and give ourselves an honest assessment of our what's, our whys, and it's okay to be on that emotional side of your brain, and it drives our decisions. In some ways, if you're really driven and passionate, then your career choices could be emotionally driven, and that's fine. But try to keep it in balance and find that middle ground where you're not always just on that emotional side of your brain in a decision. Because if you stay there, it could be catastrophic to your life. So if you're angry at someone in traffic and you feel like running your car into them, you know that there's consequences to that. And hopefully you don't do that. If you like to have a few drinks, but you can't hold your liquor, then, and you've had a hard day or you're out with friends and it's very tempting and you just got to have it, you've got to have enough compelling reasons to say no if you know that that is a stumbling block or an issue for you, right? It's a slippery slope. So, think about all of those things, guys, so that you can make better decisions in your future. We all make mistakes. And you want to try to learn once from mistakes, and hopefully they're not biggies that cause a lot of problems for you. So it's all good. None of us is perfect, you guys. Trust me, I know firsthand. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care.